Greetings and salutations. This is an unboxing of Flames of War Late War T-34 Tank Battalion. The box says it contains 21 plastic T-34 tanks. On the bottom you get a picture of it. It also lists the box contents in there. It talks about the virtues of the T-34. Okay, you do have a complete A5 rulebook, which is useful, and 10 unit cards. Now, the entire set is plastic. It is a 15mm scale, just that you need to be aware of it. So, let's open it up and see what we have in there. This box is pretty full, I have to say, with that, as you can see. And I'm going to have to open it up this way. Put that off to the side. Okay, so that you guys literally get to see what is in here. So it is jam-packed with sprues here from the T-34. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out. Okay, let's set that off to the side and let's just take a look at some of the ancillary goodies and keep the main thing here for later on. So awesome. They did great packaging on this one to put things in plastic bags. So you have here an A5 sized rulebook. This rulebook does cover the entire war in terms of the basic rules. Okay, there are special rules based for different nationalities. Talks about the aircraft, talks about the kinds of terrain you would expect to find depending on where you are fighting the fight. Of course, this is always useful for people who go and play in tournaments. You can go and have that spiral bound at your local office supply store. Okay, that's certainly a useful thing. Then, of course, it talks about the special rules for the nationalities, so that's a really good thing. And it talks about how to read the lists and how to go and use the points to go and build up your list. Okay, when you need a minimum. You need a minimum of your HQ and 2 platoons, and that would get you started. It may not get you far, but it will get you started. And it talks about the missions that you have here. Okay, from the most basic mission, which again, for people who are just starting out, this is perfect. Annihilation. After that, you move on to free-for-all, where they introduce objectives. Okay, and then dust up, and then encounter, counterattack. Okay, contact is a relatively new one that is there for 4th edition. Rear guard is another one. Okay, rear guard's another fun one to play. There's the no retreat, the breakthrough, the bridgehead, and I think that's it. There are other missions out there if you buy terrain pack. You buy the terrain packs like the Normandy terrain pack or the Bagration terrain pack, which I happen to have a video on the Bagration terrain pack. So subscribe and find that. I think it's worth your while. It talks a little bit about mines, talks about battle plans. So it's a way of randomly rolling up, and of course a scenario, and of course you've got your index, which is a really nice thing. You also have a miniaturized version of the combat tables as well. So definitely handy. Okay, what else do we have here? Well, we got another Ziploc bag, and we got 2 water slide transfers. Okay, one contains numbers and Russian slogans, which you would find typically on the Russian front. You also have here on this side, you have here, let me put it right there, we go. So you also have it for guards units as well, the guards designation, as well as the red star. You got plenty of those. You can take a little closer look at those. Okay, so you can see. Okay. Ah, the cards. Ooh, here, let's widen this up a little bit and take a look at the cards themselves. So, okay. With 4th edition, every card pack you get a kind of cards like these. Okay. That it can tell you what support units you can have for your T-34 Battalion. It also gives you your movement orders as well. If you flip on the back, it's, oh my goodness. So this is the Bagration Soviet formations. Okay, there may be a few more formations in Fortress Europe, which is a more generic list, but it does allow you to take KV ones in a late war situation. These are units that are peculiar for Bagration, but I mean, you can go from the start of Bagration, you know, taking over Minsk, and you can push all the way to Warsaw with these units here, and that will work out very well. So you do have a difference between guards, you have a difference between regular, okay, motor rifle, hero shock rifle versus rifle battalion. Recon company, hey, the Su-76 Light Artillery Regiment, they're getting some respect at long last. Engineer Sapper Battalion, all right, then over here, okay, let's go ahead and just take a little further look here. So you got your Hero T-34 Tank Company, and again, as the typical with the backs of the cards, you do have the number that you can take, the point cost, but it also tells you what particular gun that you have there. It's the 76 or the 85 millimeter. Their special rules that they are overworked. Okay, and that is especially for the T-34-76, that they are overworked, cramped turret. The T-34-85 as a design kind of took care of that, and it had a bigger gun to boot. But the T-34 as a design stayed throughout the entire war, much like the Panzer IV did. So here's a regular T-34 Tank Company, T-34 85 millimeter Tank Company HQ, a regular T-34 85. Here is a T-34 regular Hero Tank Battalion, so it's the 76. T-34 85 Tank Battalion HQ, so it's the regular. Okay, T-34 85 Tank Company. The T-34 Tank Battalion HQ, that's the 76. You also have the flamethrower T-34 tank as well. So wow, you're getting an awful lot packed in the box. But of course, some of you guys are saying, wait a minute, I'm here for T-34s. You know, I understand. So let's see what we have here. Oh, goodness gracious. Can I get these guys ever packed again? I don't know. You guys wanted it. Here, let's pull this back up. You guys wanted it. Here you go. Ooh, I got a little extra paper here. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Ooh, wow. Ooh, little packing thing. They wanted to make sure everything would work out. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. So, you wanted to find out what was in the box. Here you go. Okay. So, the really awesome thing about this is that you do have the capability of having a T-34-76 or a T-34-85. You have both. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead, take a sprue from each pile. Okay, and I'm going to set these off. There's 21 of these, and they're all essentially the same. So no point to cover every single one of them. You know what it looks like, but here we go. And let's zero in a little bit more on these. Here, okay. Let's go back a little bit. All right. So again, you have options here. So you got the track, you got the 85 millimeter gun, the 76 millimeter gun. Wow, they added seemingly a little bit extra in there. You also got stowage, you've got hatches, you've got fuel tanks. Okay, so there's an awful lot that you can do here with this. You are given a number of options for this, so that's really a good thing when you're looking. So here, I'll just show you a little bit more detail here. Okay, now on this one here, I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys, but you have a selection. You've got your body, your bottom. Okay, here is your T-34 85 turret, your T-34 76 turret. They do include the pegs, I believe, in there. Yeah, they have 2 pegs, so you can choose. Or if you choose to use magnets, that's another alternative. That will take some time to build up these tanks, and that's okay. Because some people would say, what in the world, we need a 21 T-34s. I'd like to point out that you can use this for your mid-war if you wanted. If you got the mid-war cards, then you can use this for mid-war, because guess what? It was there at the mid-war. All right, so I'm push this out. Now you also have here an introduction. All right, where it says start here, and it works on here. Talks a little bit about start here, unit cards, and then of course it gives you a quick start. All right, and then of course painting your model. So I mean, they really try to make it accessible for people, this getting started booklet. When you open it up, again, let me widen that out. When you open up on the inside here, it literally gives you the diagram how to put the T-34 together. Okay, and on the one hand, it is cheaper to go use the pegs. On the other side of the coin, isn't it cool to magnetize the turrets? Now, that's a decision you'll have to make for yourselves. But again, this gives you an idea about how to read the cards, okay, and what that is going to look like, what the difference are between the cards, okay, and it really has to do with the experience. And then, of course, they explain to you, let's zoom in a little bit more. Of course, they are now explaining to you, okay, what's next? What is going to be next that you can do for this? You can get the Soviet Bagration book. You can go and add air. You can add anti-aircraft if you wish. You could have recon. Now you can also use this as the BA-64. You can also use one of those as your observer for your artillery. Okay, which again, that's a nice thing to have. And again, accessibility for Facebook, Flames of War, you know, Facebook page, flamesofwar.com/late war. You have a lot here. They'll talk about terrain. Literally, if you look at Flames of War as a hobby per se, it's a one-stop shop for everybody. The rules aren't that difficult to get into. Okay, it is an I go, you go system. But even if you weren't using Flames of War rules for this, you can still use lots and lots of T-34s. I am thinking already of a scenario of the platoon of Tiger tanks versus a battalion of T-34s. And watch what happens. Well, death, doom, and destruction, naturally. Question is, who comes out on top? Okay, all in all, this is a nice offering that the Battlefront crew has put in. You get 2 sets of decals to go with it. That's nice. You've got 10 cards to go with this as well. You have the A5 rulebook, A5 sized rulebook. Again, that's very nice to have, very easy. You do have, and I didn't show about this, you do have choices for which tank commander figures you want. Okay. And you've got here, let me pull this back because you guys need to see this. Okay, you got 21 of these T-34s. I have no idea how I'm going to fit that back in the box. Hey, I'm hoping that this unboxing convinces you either to go for it or maybe hold off on it. Either way, I'm hoping that it benefits you. You guys take care, God bless you, and have an awesome day. Solo Guy signing out.